Hi everybody, I'm Zura and today we are going to have another World of Tanky Tank review. And the guest star today is the T29, the American Tier 7 heavy tank. This one is a real veteran on the battlefield, and probably I know that everybody knows really well what this tank is about. And I'm here to underline if this tank is really good or is really overpowered. And probably most of all knows the answer better than me. But I believe that these tanks deserve a review just because he's a rumored legend, in my opinion. And so just before seeing how it performs on the battlefield, thanks to Carto, that kindly has given me this replay, we are going to have a look how the T29 stacks in comparison with the other heavy tank coming from tier 7. And here's my selection. Probably everybody can see that we have a couple of T29 just because the T29 is a versatile tank because we have two different guns that performs really well. So the 105mm is the first 2029, the latest gun, the biggest gun, and then the small 90mm as a second choice. And this is the other guys in the pack. One coming from the German army, KV3, AMX M445, and the Black Prince for the UK army. And we can see that the DPM, concerning DPM, the 329 is an average tank. Share almost the same DPM that Tiger P and the MX, with Black Prince and KV3 that does a little better. But immediately the 329 with the small gun can gain a really nice boost in the DPM because with 1900 damage per minute, this DPM is pretty scary for a small gun. While I know that the penetration go to 160 and the alpha damage 240, but these are small drawback because if you are going to use premium round on the main gun and on the small gun, the penetration is almost the same. And with the small gun, we have a massive bonus in accuracy, 0.36 in comparison with 0.40, and even a huge boost in dispersion while turning the turret. This means that the 329 can be played with two different guns and both of them perform really well. This is a same way of presenting the tank that Wargaming used lately with the new French heavy tank, the AMX series, where we have a couple of guns, a small one and a bigger one, that both perform well, and you can choose your gun for your favorite style. I know that in this situation with a small gun you are compelled to spam a huge load of premium round just because the standard penetration is only 160, but you can snipe way better, and you can snapshot way better just because the third traverse dispersion is really reduced using the small gun. The other tanks doesn't have monster gun. Yeah, KV3 has 122mm gun, but low penetration, very nice alpha damage, but the gun handling is awful in comparison with the wonderful 105mm of the T29 and the 91 and the 92. And look at the gun depression. Gun depression means versatility, and the Tiger P has nice frontal armor, nice gun handling. Oh, it's okay gun handling, but very bad versatility. Only the AMX and the Black Prince has more gun depression, but the Black Prince gun is very low caliber, 76 millimeters of gun, so it's not enough. It fails so back in the comparison with the T29. So I'm not. It's not fair comparing the Black Prince with the T29 because T29 stands on another level for what concern gun punch and gun handling too. Very good day gun handling with the 90 millimeters. Now let's go on mobility, and on mobility too. The T29 is not bad at all in comparison to the other. Tiger P is sluggish, KV3 is way sluggish. Only the AMX feels better moving, but the top speed is the same and reverse speed is the same. Our only power weight ratio, terrain resistances, and tank traverse is way better on the French one, so you can consider the AMX the most mobile tier 7 tank in this row probably. And the Black Prince is not famous, of course, for the mobility, so we are going to see that the Black Prince is the turtle in this pack of tanks. Then let's go on and check armor and health. We have a few health. The T29 is not so chunky. Other tanks does way better. Tiger P, KV3, and Black Prince has 200 more HP. So this is the first real drawback for this tank. The hull armor is not good at all. The front and the side and the back are really thin, so I believe that tier 5 and tier 6 tank can go reliably through this armor, the wool armor of the T29. But if we are looking at the turret armor, we are spotting immediately 280 millimeters of frontal armor. This means that this huge value at tier 7 together with 10 degrees of gun depression probably give us the idea of what the T29 is about. View range not too bad at all, and the tank catch fire quite easily, so beware to be shooting in your back. And now let's see the suggested equipment for this tank. Goes for vents, gun rammer, and vertical stabilizer, but probably someone can choose coated optic instead, the ventilation, just to rise a little bit the view range that can stacks up to 420 meters. That is not bad at all for an heavy tank at tier 7. Probably with broadening arms and something more, you can reach the spotting cap range. Okay, now let's check the armor layout of this tank. We have just said before that the hull sucks, and it's true. Frontal armor is not enough. Probably some tier 5 tank can have some problem shooting at the upper plate because we have 2 reinforced plate on the hull, and if you angle a bit your hull, probably the armor goes up to 200. Yeah, those 2 plates provide a nice protection, but they are really small. The lower plate sucks. The machine gun on the right side sucks. And pay attention to do not over angle your armor more than this, just because your side armor sucks and this tank is pretty damn huge. It's a very juicy target from the side, from the back, and it suffer from artillery fire. Yes, like other huge monster, just because the roof armor is only 38 millimeters. But we have said that the best piece of armor of this tank is the turret, and the turret is something unbelievable at tier 7. This turret can stand the fire of tier 8 and tier 9 tanks no matter what. The turret is 280 millimeters thick, and the mantle gives more protection. Look, it's something unbelievable. Behind this plate there's nothing at all, just because we have 279 millimeters of armor, and behind there's nothing at all. But on the side, the shape of the mantlet and the armor behind makes this turret absolutely monstrous at tier 7. So beware when this monster goes you down or show his turret from a ridgeline, you are in front of the king of the hill at tier 7. Now, let's see how this beast performs on the battlefield. And here we are on Swamp. And our friend Cartu have a great responsibility just because he's top tier and is inside one of the real monster at tier 7. In the past, everybody has screamed at T29 too overpowered, please Wargaming do something just because T29 is too overpowered. And I know that I'm spoiling the final result of this review at this tank, but everybody knows T29. This tank is the real king at tier 7. Nobody can stand his armor, nobody can stand his gun, and nobody has thought to rebalance this monster a little bit, just only because tier 7 is not a very interesting tier. People pass through tier 7 because everybody wants to reach 8, 9 and 10, and so Wargaming decided that the T29 can stand as the king of the hill at tier 7. And the very good thing of this tank is that when you are bottom tier you don't feel so desperate facing tier 8 and tier 9, just because you have very good strong point to use on the battlefield. This turret is unbelievably good. The frontal armor of this turret is monstrous. Probably there's nothing that can compare this turret at tier 7, but even at tier 8 is pretty damn good. It's pretty damn sick. And the gun is the same of the T32 at tier 8. So you have monster turret, monster gun. The mobility is not too bad. The hull armor sucks, but whatever. Don't show you all, and you are going well. And this is the best position. Our friend Kato have reached a perfect hull down. Look at first premium round. Shoot it at this turret. It's a waste of time. And the Black Prince crossing with the side. Okay, the T29 has received the first shot coming from the HE round of DOI, and the only real threat is DOI, the KV2 and the artillery, but in this battle we have no artillery. So once Carto have taken down KV2 and OI, no other tank can reliably damage this monster. And look at the gun, the 105mm gun punch for 320 each time. The DPM is not bad at all, the accuracy is not bad at all. And just think to another detail, while we are looking at the suggested equipment, I have said vertical stabilizer. No other tier 7 tank can use the vertical stabilizer. I don't know why Wargaming decided to give this monster buff only to the US tank. German can use vertical stabilizer, Russian can use vertical stabilizer, probably the British can use vertical stabilizer, but I don't remember. Probably the Black Prince can use the vertical stabilizer, but the gun of the Black Prince is so small, it's not scary at all. It's accurate, it's okay. But this monster had a huge gun, and with the vertical stabilizer the gun handling stands on another layer, especially in comparison with the Russian gun, very high caliber gun with poor accuracy, poor aiming time, huge dispersion. And this is the greatest problem of the other tanks, and I don't believe that T29 is too overpowered, just because all the tier 8 tank are scary enemy. I believe that low tier tank in World of Tanks are not really well balanced, because on another tank, I give you an example. If I'm using the IS of the Russian army, and I'm bottom tier against tier 9, I often feel too frustrated just because my gun has a strong punch, but I can't penetrate nothing at all. 175 millimeters of penetration sucks. And with premium rounds, the penetration goes up to 217. That against heavy tank sucks. If I met a super heavy Japanese, I can do nothing at all. I can do nothing with my Tiger P, with my Tiger, with my Black Prince, with my IS KV3 and so on. While T29 can fight. And this means that I think that the problem is not the T29. I think that the other low tier tanks of World of Tanks need some love, because the balance of tier 10, 9 and 8 is very uncalibrated. When I'm playing tier 8 and I'm bottom tier, I feel frustration. When I'm playing tier 9 and tier 10, it's okay. I can do something, I can play. When I feel the sensation that I cannot play, I cannot enjoy the battle, I can do nothing, I feel myself frustrated. And I believe this is a balanced mistake, because I want to play, I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to punish low tier guys. It's not funny to win 15-0. And I believe that this tank, it's okay, the way it is, because I know that I feel myself overpowered when I'm top tier. But the problem, in my opinion, is not that the T29 is overpowered, because I enjoy my battle in T29 against tier 8. I enjoy my battle in T29 against tier 9. I believe that all the other tank in tier 5, 6 and 7 are too weak. And it's not the T29 that is too strong, because Wargaming have added many well armored tank on the upper part, tier 8, 9 and 10. And the lower tier received no love at all, are still the same. Years have passed and we have only the same low tier tank. And when you are using a tier 6 and go in tier 8 matchmaking, you can do nothing. And this one is a real problem. So T29 for sure is the king of the hill. I'm going to fasten the replay, and this is a slaughter, is a carnage. 5,000 more than 5,000 damage, 6 kill, crushing the other, ramming. This is the T29. The T29, it's a real monster, but it's not his fault. I believe that it's not his fault. Okay, this is the post-game stat. We have a mastery mark, a tons of minor achievement, a lot of credit. Yes, of course, still a wall. Yes, of course, high caliber, and then a top gun. Very good carry for our friend Carto. A monster 1775 experience. This means that the king of the hill still ruling the battlefield at tier 7, no matter what. And of course, is good or not his tank? Yes, it's the best in class. Nothing at tier 7 can stand in comparison with the T29, that is the king of tier 7, and can fight with pride at tier 8 and tier 9. This review is just to saying this one is a really good tank. This tank is fun to play, and I want to feel and have the same fun with all the other tier 7, all the other tier 6, all the other tier 5, and so on, tier 8. And please, Wargaming, look at the balance and don't forget that there are a lot of guys that are still playing, are still learning from their tier 7, tier 6, and tier 5 tanks. Don't forget that the most of the player have not reached the tier 10 and probably don't have the skill to play the tier 10, because tier 10 is really difficult to play. If you are a really good player, you can use the tank at the best, otherwise it's wow, it's a real mess. And the low tier tank needs love like all the other. Okay guys, for this review we have finished. T29, very good tank, of course. Don't forget a thumbs up if you have enjoyed the review, or comment whatever you want. Zura awaits you at the next review here on YouTube channel, or live streaming on Twitch on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Okay. My English still sucks, and I keep going on with English review. Bye guys, see you next time.